so many books this month. Hey everyone, it is me again, Kiana. I thought last month was gonna be the last month of me buying a ridiculous amount of books. Oh look, I have broken up into 6 different sections. We have my book subscription boxes, books I bought from Barnes & Noble, books I got from Amazon, books I got from Target, books I bought from a bookstore. So yes, let's go ahead and just get started with this video. So these 3 are the books I bought off of Amazon first. First one being Crazy Stupid Bromance. This is the 3rd book in the Bromance book club series. In this one we follow Alexis, who we meet in the 2nd book, so you do need to follow them in you do need to read them in chronological order in order to understand what is going on, because it does pick up where the last book ends. After she told the world that she was a part of the Me Too movement with being sexually assaulted by a popular chef, she now has someone claiming to be her sister coming up saying this, so she gets her best friend Noah into it, who used to be a hacker, and he is undoubtedly in love with her. This is on my May TBR, which I will link on the eye somewhere on the screen, and I can't wait to read this. I then bought This May End Badly, which is also on my May TBR and one of my most anticipated releases for 2022. And this one we follow a girl named Doe, and she is a prank master at her all-girls school with the neighboring boy-all school. When it is announced that next year they are going to be merging, she is doing everything in her power to make sure that that does not happen. She dates the enemy's cousin, but when she starts to develop feelings, everything goes south. This is going to be, like I said in my TBR, a part of a 5-star prediction reading vlog, so be on the lookout for that. And then again on my TBR is going to be Arusha and the Nectar of Immortality, the 5th and final book. So I am very excited to read this. Arusha is a reincarnated Pandava brother, and she must stop, her father from trying to end the world. So looking forward to this. We then have from Target just 2 books. I bought 13 Witches Book 1 by Jodi Lynn Anderson. This is called, the first book's called The Memory Thief. We follow 12-year-old Rosie Oak, whose mom is missing, whatever it is that makes mothers love their daughter. All her life, Rosie has known this and turned to her stories for comfort. Then one night, Rosie decides to throw her stories away forever, and Invisible Alley helps her discover the Witch Hunter's Guide to the Universe, a book that claims that all evil in the world stems from 13 powerful, unstoppable witches. One of these, the memory thieves, hold an indigenous power to steal our most precious treasures, our memories. It is this witch who has cursed Rosie's mother, and the quest to save her mother, and with her bold, loyal friend Germ by her side, Rosie must explore the layers hidden under the reality of everyday life. It is reality where ghosts linger as shades of the past, clouds witness the world, a ladder dangles from the moon leading to something bigger and more. Here words are weapons against the dark, and witch hunters are a rare, bold breed. The knowledge of her beloved stories is an arsenal in the world, but to unlock their power, Rosie must dare to believe in herself in the face of unseemly, insurmountable odds. Looking forward to that. I then picked up the Honeymooners by Christina Lauren after reading my first Christina Lauren book. I needed another one. So, and this one, Olive Torres, is used to being the unlucky twin from impeccable mishaps to a recent layoff. Her life seems to be almost jinx. By contrast, her sister Amy is an eternal champion. She even managed to finance her entire wedding by winning a slew of contests. Unfortunately for Olive, the only day gets worse when she's having to spend the wedding day with the best man and her nemesis, Ethan Thomas. Olive braced herself from wedding hell, determined to put on a brave face. But when the entire wedding party gets food poisoning, the only people who aren't effective are Olive and Ethan. Suddenly, there's a free honeymoon up for grabs, and Olive will be damned if Ethan gets to enjoy paradise solo. Agreeing to a temporary truce, the pair head off to Maui. After all, 10 days of bliss are worth having to assume the roles of lovely newlyweds, right? But the weird thing is, Olive doesn't mind playing pretend. In fact, the more she pretends to be the luckiest woman alive, the more it feels like she might be. Everyone likes this one. It says that it's their favorite Christina Lauren book, so I'm excited to see maybe if it's mine too. Next is Barnes & Noble, where I went not once, but twice. So, in the second one, we're just going to talk about them first. I picked up the first 3 in the Spy Family series, Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. In this one, we follow a dude named Twilight. He is the master spy, and as it says, he's unparable when it comes to going undercover on dangerous missions for the betterment of the world. But when he receives the ultimate assignment to get married and have a kid, he might finally be in over his head. Not one to depend on others, Twilight has his work cut out for him, procuring both a wife and a child for his mission to infiltrate an elite private school. But what he doesn't know is that his wife is a chosen assassin and the child he adopted is a telepath. I have seen this all over BookTube, BookTok, and Bookstagram, so I'm looking forward to reading these 3. And hopefully I like them because I bought the first 3. In the first half, I bought some books. I bought Circe by Madeline Miller. This is going to be a part of a series that I plan on doing this summer called BookTube/BookTok Made Me Read It. I don't even want to read the back. I want to be surprised. I know this has to do with Greek mythology, and this is almost 400 pages. So I love Greek mythology. That's all I need to know. So I'm looking very forward to reading this. Witchlands is one of my anticipated releases for 2022. It's a middle grade, and it says, bound with our magic before the black moon, bound by a circle for no circle spells down. So in this town, every year, young witchlings participate in the black moon ceremony. 12-year-old Seven Salazar can't wait to be placed in house Hyacinth with her best friend. She works so hard to get the best possible placement and to avoid being a spare, a leftover witch with lesser powers looked down on by everyone. But on the night of the ceremony, in front of everyone in town, she isn't placed into Hyacinth or in one of the 5 covens at all. She's a spare. Even worse, when Seven and the other 2 spares perform the magic circle to seal their coven, it doesn't work. They're stuck as witchlings and will lose their magical abilities for good. Seven invokes her only option, the impossible task. 3 spares must defeat the dreaded night beast. If they work together and succeed, their coven will be sealed and they'll gain their full powers. If they fail, well, the last coven to make it, the attempt ended up being turned into toads forever. I love a good witch book. I love middle grade. Very excited for this. I then bought, so this is Ever After by F.T. Lucan. They said this is like Simon Snow. So we follow a person named Arkin who hadn't thought much about what would happen after he completed the prophecy that said he was destined to save the kingdom of air from its evil ruler. So now that he's finally managed to somewhat clumsily behead the evil king, turns out that the magical sword yanked from Bogues doesn't come pre-sharpened. He and his ragtag group of quest companions are at a bit of a loss for what to do next. As a temporary safeguard, his best friend and mage, Matt, convinces him to assume the throne until the true heir can be rescued from her tower, except she's dead. Now Ark is stuck as a king, a role that comes with a magical catch, chose a soulmate by your 18th birthday, or wither away into nothing. When his 18th birthday, only 3 months away, and only Matt in on the secret, Ark embarks on a desperate bid to find a spouse to save his life. Starting with his quest companions, but his attempt at wooing his friends go painfully and a hilarious wrong until he discovers that love might have been in front of him all along. Looking very forward to reading this. I have a university that sells, a university bookstore that sells books where I live at, and I picked up 4 books. I picked up Homebody by Ruby Kapoor. This is the latest in her poetry collection. Can't wait to read this. I finally picked up Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Allison, and we follow a girl named Amari, and she has never stopped believing her missing brother Quentin is alive, not even when the police told her otherwise, or when she got in trouble for standing up for bullies who said he was gone for good. So when she finds a ticking briefcase in his closet containing a nomination for a summer trial at the Bureau of Supernatural Affairs, she's sure the secret organization holds the key to locating Quentin. If only she could wrap her head around the idea of magicians, fairies, aliens, and other supernatural creatures all being real. Someone says if you like supernatural, you'll like this. So I'm looking forward to this. I picked up The Last Shadow Warriors by Sam Spidey. And this follows 12-year-old Abby, so this is a middle grade. And she's proud to come from a long line of elite Viking warriors known as the Azer. It's her life goal to hunt the monsters called Grendels, just like her mother did before she died. There's only one small problem. No Grendel has been seen and centured, and the Viking elders want to dismantle the Azer forever. After a mysterious attack on her home, she is forced to take refuge at Vale Hall, a secret-filled school in Minnesota where nothing is quite as it seems. When she tries to alert the elders that Grendel is after her, they accuse her of making up stories for attention and claim her mother did the same. Despite wanting to protect her family and clear her mother's name, Abby goes on a dangerous quest to discover the truth, though with time running out, she quickly realizes that someone on the school is trying to stop Abby's progress and destroy the Azer for good. I then caved and picked up Gallant by V.E. Schwab only because it's a signed first edition. All her life, Olivia Pryor has wondered who she truly is and where she belongs. Her only clue is a slim, battered journal, her mother's journal, full of entries that seem to show that she was unraveling drawing that looks like lots of inks, until she notices a hand, a door, a bloom, and a skull. The letters beckon Olivia home to Gallant, the one place her mother's journal wanted her to never go. Olivia goes anyways. She of course she does. What she finds is the last living relative in her family manor, a manor with a ballroom, a sitting room, and a study, and a sprawling, vibrant garden, and the crumbling ruins of a garden wall with an iron door, a door she must never open. But no one at Gallant sent Olivia that letter, and no one will tell her what haunts her cousin's dreams, what happened to her mother, or what lies on the other side of the wall. Did the shadows call Olivia home? What will they ask her in return? This has been so far mixed on BookTube, but again, I like majority of Victoria Schwab's books, so hopefully I'll like this too. Last one. Okay, so we have my book boxes. I have March Fairy Loot, April Owl Crate, April Fairy Loot. I'll link all of these on the eye. So in April, we got The Girl Beneath the Sea by Axio. I fucking love this cover so much. We follow a girl named Mina, and the people believe the sea god, once who was their protector, now curses them with death and despair. To appease him, each year a maiden is thrown into the sea. When her brother's future bride is the one to be thrown in there, she sacrifices herself, and Mina ends up throwing herself in there. She's swept away to the spirit realm, where the lesser gods and mythical beasts. She finds the sea god trapped in an enchanted sleep. With the help of a mysterious young man and a Monto crew of demons, gods, and spirits, she sets out to wake him and bring an end to the storm once and for all. This was one of my most anticipated releases, and I cannot wait to read them. For this month in Owl Crate, we got Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. We follow a girl named Janie and her sister Zoza. Hotel Magnifique is famous for its astonishing enchantment, especially its ability to travel the world, arriving at midnight in a new destination. They seize their chance to join the hotel staff, and they're soon swept into a world of sparkling chandeliers and impossible magic. But it's not long before Janie discovers that beneath its glamour, the hotel is hiding dangerous secrets. But with the vexing, handsome doorman Belle as her only ally, she embarks on a mission to unravel the mystery of the magic at the heart and free Zoza and the other staff from the cruelty of the ruthless maitre de hotel. So, it seems interesting. A lot of people are excited about it. Let's see if I like it. And then this month for Fairy Loot, we got 2 books. We got Blood Saison, which I don't know if I'm going to keep, and An Arrow to the Moon by Emily X. R. Pan. This is a Romeo and Juliet inspired retelling. This follows a girl who is not technically supposed to be alive. She is the descendant of Chang'o, the god of heat and fire, and it is something that technically is not supposed to happen. She's descendant of an El Shira god. Her mother knew, and she disappeared trying to hide her truth. She has hidden her availability on her 15th birthday. She is forced into the army. Once taken, she must not only conceal her powers, but overcome the bloody challenge of the training. I don't know if I'm going to keep this because it doesn't sound that interesting, to be honest. I bought 18 freaking books this month, bro. Oh my god, I need to cut it out. Most likely not going to, but yes, that is all for this video right here. I'll be leaving on the side 2 videos you guys should go check out. I try to post 2-3 times a week. Sometimes life gets in the way, sometimes work and school get in the way, and hopefully I will see you guys very soon with another video. Bye.